I'm Nick Dawkins, and I am a man who lives by gratitude, character, and faith.
If you did wrestle, what would be your name? Would you have a nickname?
That's the popular question. I don't know, because it seems like right now, modern day, like they're not doing like nicknames anymore. It's like full names.
Oh, right.
But like not your actual name. It's like it's different. So I would have to
You
pick a
would be
stage
like Stone
name.
Cold Nicholas Dawkins.
Nah, I wouldn't want to rip that off of him.
No, but
too,
I'm saying
but
like something like that.
Nah, probably not. No, probably not. I would pick a tougher name for sure too.
Right.
Yeah, I would definitely pick something tough or something cool.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, give me one, just off the top of the dome. What would you think? I know you got something.
Man, I'll probably
He
be
always
like,
has something in his bag. This guy.
I'll probably be like Brock Thompson or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like something like
Right,
something
there you
cool.
go. Yeah, I don't want. Yeah. So Nick, can you tell me about like a parent, a coach, a mentor who influenced your values around character, and it could be all three.
Yeah, I mean, all of them. I mean, when you talk about coaches, I had a high school coach who was influential in my life. When I lost a parent and I was looking for a male role model in my life, my high school coach stepped up and provided that factor for me. When talking about parent, my mom and my dad, my mom stepped up when my dad passed away, and my mom had to step up and take that role of almost being a father and a mother at the same time. And also my father passed away, still leaving me with morals and character to live by. All those had influence on my life now and will forever have influence, being the everything that they've done for me and all the trials and tribulations they've been through to create who I am.
Right. How about a teammate? Has there been a teammate that's influenced you for their values and their character?
Yeah, I would say for sure. We got a guy who just got drafted, Juice Scruggs. That guy's a warrior. And there's one thing to come in war ready, and there's another thing to come in war ready. And that guy, he brought it every workout, every practice, every game, poker face, but he was much more than that when you look beyond it, once you really got to know him. But he just brought it all the time, and that's something that I want to put into my character more and more as I go on, is how can I have that determination and have that feeling of going ready and being prepared at all times, even if I'm not having that appearance to others.
Right. So what made you, what attracted you to Penn State and Penn State football?
Yeah, definitely the community and the culture. When you go to Penn State, you can get that feeling in the air. The atmosphere is different. You get that gut feeling, and you instantly want to be a part of it.
Right.
So I got that real big when I was in high school, walking around campus, being in the football facility, being around the guys and the players, and just being a recruit. You want to be indulged and be engulfed in that atmosphere.
Right. That's great. So gratitude is a big part of our program, right? So where do you get your gratitude from, and how do you think that powers your day?
Yeah, I think it's just appreciation. Looking at others who have sacrificed for you, whether it be a family member or whether it be someone you've never even met before.
Right.
There are people who are constantly making sacrifices.
That's
So
dope.
I think if you are doing the same thing, making sacrifices for other people, that shows gratitude and appreciation for everybody and all their sacrifices.
Right. So how much of that, like in the gratitude stuff, comes into the Penn State locker room? Is there any words you would use to describe Penn State football or a Penn State football player? Like they live with gratitude, they live with grit, or like what are some of those things they're living with?
Absolutely. I think the big thing is just humble, right? To be in that, have this opportunity. So many people, you can go on the internet right now and find 100 people who would want to be in our shoes, right?
Yeah.
But to have actually that opportunity to be in our own shoes and be able to day in and day out walk into a Lash football facility and practice and wear a Penn State on our chest is a blessing. And I think guys really understand that this is something that doesn't just come about.
Right. So talk about the Brick Squad a little bit. Tell me a little about Olu or Golden and what they're bringing and how that influences you.
Yeah, I mean, every house, right? We look at it metaphorically, house built by a brick.
Right.
And everyone brings their own brick to the party. And no brick is more important than the other, just like offensive line play. Everybody has to do their job. And that comes in the community. That also comes on the field.
Right.
Everyone's doing their piece. They're 1/5 of the offensive line.
Right.
And just to have a consistent, reliable guy, no person is more important than the other. Everyone, as long as everyone does their job, we function as one.
Right. So tell me about Olu's brick. What's in his brick?
Yeah, Olu's brick, definitely leadership. Olu's a natural born leader, and he's a guy that he doesn't talk all the time, but when he talks, people listen.
Right. Tell me about Golden's brick.
Golden just brings another factor of appreciation, I would say. Golden keeps us grounded, keeps us humble, and reminds us all that, you know, we have this opportunity.
Right on. Tell me about Nick's brick.
Shoot, I'm trying to figure that out myself, right? I think I bring a sense of reliability. I know guys understand that they can count on me for whatever the task is at hand. I'll take it with all seriousness and with all intent to be the best version of myself for them.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, you weren't listening in, but that's exactly what Golden and exactly what Olu said about you. You're always ready for the moment. You're always professional. You always got a game face on. They're like, I don't know how he does it. Like, you're always showing up and helping them show up. So that's what's up, man. And that's how community builds, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how that's make it that strong foundation.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is.
So, if you had a chance to go back to young Nicholas Dawkins, what would you say to your younger self?
Get ready. Because I wouldn't want to change anything.
Right.
How this has all turned out, this is my journey, and it's not my plan, it's somebody else's, right? So just get ready, saddle in.
Right.
It's a roller coaster,
right.
And it's not the most fun one in the world, but it's mine. Right. It's my roller coaster.
There you go. That's what's up. And going backwards a little bit, so what brought you to Penn State? Like, why did you choose Penn State football?
Yeah, the biggest thing is I wanted to make sure my family was safe somewhere, and to be able to be close enough to home that if something were to happen, I'm a car drive away,
right.
And someone I could tell with Coach Franklin and the staff that supported my family and everything going on. It's rare you find that genuine love and, you know, authenticity, and I think I found that in Penn State, and I don't think I know because I've been here. I'm going on year 4, and I still feel that same feeling when I was a recruit.
That's what's up. So, you know, we talked about it before. So again, I just want to come back one more time. So, the idea is so humble is how you describe a Penn State football player. Right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
So for you, what do you want to build like away from the field? I know that's really important to you. Like, what are those elements of you? And is it different than on the field, or is it the same thing you're bringing off the field?
I think it goes hand in hand because the big thing I'm trying to bring in is support. People need help all the time, and a lot of the people who need the most help are afraid to ask for it, even on the field. Sometimes you need some help on the block, right? Yeah. Sometimes you got to slide and protect your guy's inside gap. That's just how it goes sometimes, right? So people need help, and sometimes the people who are afraid to ask for it, I want to support it. I want to support them any way I can.
Right.
So providing opportunities that it just feels like casual talk, it feels like casual activity, but it's providing some sort of mental, physical resource, some sort of support for people.
And now, because I've seen you do, like, everywhere I turn, I look in the different social media, like, is it on Facebook or is it on Instagram or Twitter? You keep coming up and you're always out in front of working with kids and empowering them in some way. So tell me about that. That's important to you.
Yeah, I mean, now that I had the platform given with, NIL, Penn State, I had the platform to help people. And it would be a waste of time for me to not do that. So this time for summer, a little more free time, able to actually get the plan of action in the course. And I've had a lot of people come around and support me and help me and provide resources and provide facilities that I'm able to partake in my plan and my dream and my goals. And it's going in action right now. It's going into fruition. So it's a blessing. Right.
So can you tell me, I know you also got the Dawkins. Is it the Dawkins Family Foundation or just the Dawkins Foundation?
Yes, sir. The Dawkins Family Foundation. I wanted my family to be a key part because that's my community, my village, my family.
Right.
And so, my family's all directors on my foundation.
Right.
And, we all work together in order to provide this. And I think it's key to show, the youngins in my family how important, community is to us and impacting our own communities, whether it be in Orlando, Florida, where we're based out of, or it be in Allentown, where I'm from, or in State College, where we just did our first event.
Right.
How can we support our communities and ourselves?
Let's go. That's great. And how about the Brick Squad? So what do you want to accomplish with the Brick Squad? How do you see that working?
Absolutely, yeah. I think the big thing with the Brick Squad is I want everyone to understand that offensive linemen are here to help, and we're here not because of ourselves, but for the greater picture. Right, so offensive line play, we talked before, offensive line play is the only position where there's no stats, nothing involved. You can't really be a selfish offensive lineman. You're blocking for somebody else. That's your goal, is to protect somebody. That doesn't happen too much in any other sports. I don't think it happens at all.
No.
So, our sense of community and building that in State College, where we're at right now, is we want to be that helping hand like we are to our quarterback, to Drew, to Bo, to Cliff. We want to be a community helping hand, community protection.
That's dope. So last question. So with this program, we want to empower our kids to be in the moment and bring in their gratitude. their character and their faith to drive their resilience, to drive their performance, and to drive them to a better community. So why do you think that's important to kids? What are those elements you think, like, why is that vital we get that into kids right now?
Yeah, I think core values are key. And I know that right now I'm living off of the same foundation that I built when I was young. And I know that living off of the foundation and the morals and everything, the gratitude and the character that I built when I was young has only propelled me to success in the future. So if we can instill that in the youth now, we'll have even more, a bigger, brighter future.
Amen. Nick Dawkins, thanks for being a road warrior, and thanks for being on the road with me, brother. I appreciate you. Let's go, Brick Squad.